Good morning, I'm Delfina Bertossi. I'm civil engineering student from the National Technological University, Paraná Regional School.
And I am Matias Gastaldi. I civil engineer student in UTN FRP.
In this project, we are going to develop the ineffective waste management in civil works in Argentina, the global perspectives on effective waste disposal regulation. In Argentina, improper management of construction and demolition waste poses a major environmental and social challenge. This paper delves into construction and demolition waste disposal practices in developed countries to identify potential solutions to implement in Argentina in the future. Many countries have advanced in the construction times in the field of the new technologies, but they don't talk about the negative impact that they generate in the environment. And this impact is generated by the construction and demolition waste, but specifically by the inadequate management of this waste. Currently, Argentina faces a legal void about the management of construction and demolition waste. The aim of this paper is to investigate the disposal of construction and demolition waste in developed countries and raise awareness about the pollution generated by this waste. The thesis statement is that the Argentina needs to adopt sustainable measures for recycle or proper disposal of construction and demolition waste. Construction and demolition waste are generated from construction, renovation, demolition, and repair in civil works. In recent years, construction increased and consequently the construction and demolition waste. This type of waste has become global environmental problem, and it has to, the different countries have taken measures about that because it has to a really problem. Argentina is not among the countries that take measures about this term, but it is essential to investigate how the other countries do the proper measures to implement in Argentina in the future. The current project is related to the Sustainable Development Goals of the United States, specifically with the SDG number 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, because we founding a clean city, and with the SDG number 13, climate action, because the correct waste management could contribute to the climate action in our country. In order to achieve the goal, this article will be organized as follows. First, Matias is going to develop the construction and demolition waste generated in civil works and give a classification of that. There, the problem with the legal void and the inefficient management of construction and demolition waste are developed. Third, we are going to say the proposals offered by other countries for the construction and demolition waste management. And finally, we are going to say the viability of applying this propers in Argentina and the impact that we are going to have in this country. The goal of this initiative is to raise awareness about the environmental impact of construction and demolition disposal because it's a serious problem because they have a significant impact on the environment. We think that with educating the public about this issue, we can help to reduce the amount of construction and demolition waste and the correct disposal of that. And now Matias is going to develop the construction and demolition waste generated in civil works.
Okay, now we are going to discuss construction and demolition waste generated in civil works. Construction and demolition waste is a major source of waste worldwide. It is generated at every stage of the construction process and in every construction activity, such as the construction or demolition of houses, roads, bridges, piers, and dams. It is estimated that between 50 and 20% of municipal solid waste comes from construction and demolition projects. Construction and demolition waste can be classified in two ways. First is a legal classification that divides waste into bulky waste and municipal solid waste. Bulky waste can include demolition and or land clearing waste, while municipal solid waste can include construction waste. In the picture, we can see examples for these waste types. Second, construction and demolition waste can be classified by origin and nature. By origin, it can be divided into site clearing materials, excavation materials, road construction waste, or extension waste. By nature, it can be divided into inert waste, which doesn't contaminate, non-hazardous waste, which can be recycled, and special waste, which poses a potential hazard. Now, Delfina is going to continue with the situation in Argentina.
In Argentina, there is a legal void regarding to the management of construction and demolition waste. As a consequence of that, Argentina faces an important environmental and social challenges for the inefficient management of this type of waste. Socially, there has an economic inefficiencies because we lost the recycling opportunities and to generate new jobs and including the industry development. This term has requires an urgency policy measure to regulate and improve the management of construction and demolition waste in Argentina.
Now we are going to discuss construction and demolition waste policies around the world. To better understand this waste, we will look at how developed countries manage them. In this section, we will present the causes of China, the United States, the European Union, Germany, Korea, and Australia. We will start with China, where national policies and regulations were established, along with certification systems that promote the reduction and recycling of construction and demolition waste.
At the United States, the US government has established economic and technical programs to promote the reduction, reuse, and recycling of construction and demolition waste. However, the implementation of that in this country is difficult because the US has a lack of resource and public awareness.
Okay. The European Union has established a protocol guide to construction and demolition waste management, emphasizing in prevention, reuse, recycling, energy recovery, and final disposal. In Germany, the Life Cycle of Building Materials Act requires the recycling of construction and demolition waste and establish targets for different types of waste. Now Delfina is going to continue with the description of Korea and Australia.
In South Korea, is an important issue, the construction and demolition waste, because they have a limited capacity on landfills. For this, they need to maximize, reduce efficiencies. The government has established regulation and standards for the management of this type of waste, and has set targets to increase their recycling. The government established an expanded producer responsibility, which encourage the innovation in the industry and improve efficiency in waste management. Also, the public education and awareness campaigns has established to do a proper separation of waste and take importance to the correct management of that. And the last, Australia, that they have an international mobility system for construction and demolition waste. And it is based on 3 steps: developing a conceptual model, quantifying, and mapping the international mobility. After the recycling operations, the materials have different destinations. For example, masonry waste is recycled into aggregates. Metal, glass, and plastic are sorted and classified for further remanufacturing. Combustible waste are converted into alternative energies. Organic composition like wood or garden waste are helping to land rehabilitation, soil improvement, and urban development. The last is the non-recyclable waste that it is disposed on landfills. With the different construction and demolition waste management are developed, Matias will develop the viability of applying these management systems in Argentina.
Okay. Now we are going to talk about the feasibility of aspect of foreign system of construction and demolition waste management in Argentina. Implementing new system in Argentina will be a major challenge as it requires the commitment of the government, the construction companies, and mainly society.
The implementation of construction and demolition management system will have a positive and negative aspects. Among the advantages, the materials that remains as waste can be used for different purposes. Mandatory waste can be converted into aggregates, combustible waste can become alternative fuel for energy recovery, and non-recycled waste can be disposed on garbage dumps. Another advantage is that the creation of new recycling plants will generate a competition into industries, generate new jobs and new incomes. Another, for the last, is there will be less environmental pollution, less global warming, and less gas emissions. On the other hand, we have the disadvantages that it is that the transportation of waste to the plant is carried out with trucks and they pollute the air with their engines. This pollution can have an unwanted negative effect on the environment.
Okay. In conclusion, in Argentina, there is a currently legal void in the management of this waste. That is why we analyze how other countries manage construction and demolition waste. It is clear that a lot of work and commitment is needed from the government, the construction companies, and the society to transform this situation.
If Argentina wants to reach a high level, it must start for the beginning and develop its own construction and demolition waste management system. Carrying out the development and application of new system in the country will be a challenge for the construction company, for the government, and the society. And the implementation of an effective method will lead to growth at the country level, and Argentina will be a model for other countries.
Okay, finally, here are the references that we use for the paper.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation.